Hello and welcome to Digital Talk Podcast, the podcast where we share stories with the wider community of how digital technology and telecoms can do good. Join me, Ian Ginn.
And me, Frankie Spagnolo, on our Discovery series, as we talk to our guests and find out about themselves, what motivates them, and help celebrate their projects and achievements.
In today's episode, Frankie interviews WMW at MWC.
I am here with Bert Vanaken, and tell us a little bit about your role and your company.
Yeah. So my company is called WMW. We are an IoT platform. I'm the founder and the CEO of this company. And within the IoT space, we take care of the data and of the applications in the entire domain of IoT, basically. So we're device agnostic, we're connectivity agnostic. Mobile world is great, of course, because all the connectivity providers are here. But when data has been transported by sensors over a network, we accept the data and we visualize it, mainly asset managed, basically.
So you mentioned we are here at Mobile World Congress. What is it that you're looking for here and want to achieve?
IoT should be meaningful. We want to chase sustainability, we want to chase solutions that really matter, not just some trials. And what is great about Mobile World is that virtually everybody is here.
Right.
So I already had quite a few meetings today with some people that I wouldn't have met if it wasn't for this. And they all had situations with their customers, things that we could solve, for example in street lighting or in water management, projects that they have in their countries. And everything comes together here in Barcelona and you can discuss these projects. And you can help inspire them to come up with new or better or more fit solutions. Yeah, that's what we did.
So tell me a little bit more about the water management piece, because smart cities and being able to really manage this, as you just said, is going to be more and more important for us to handle our resources correctly. Share with me how WMW is doing that with water.
So water is about the largest use case and most meaningful use case at the moment, the water management part. And this really is because there's a lot of non-revenue water. Meaning that, so in water really you have four stages. You're producing the water by wells or maybe lakes where you capture the water, or even desalination in some countries. Then you distribute the water to all the houses, but also to large consumers like industry and agriculture. Then you have your sewage, of course, and all of that transport as well. And then in the end, you have to do the treatment and then releasing back into the ocean. So those are the four stages of it. There's a lot of leakages. There are countries that have more than 50% of non-revenue water. If you, for example, in leak detection, in the pipes, detect where this is leaking, or maybe it's water vaporizing from swimming pools or from the large reservoirs, all of that water has been pumped up. And so 50% is not being billed. Therefore, first of all, you want to do the billing, because at the end of the day, we're all in a commercial business. But the second part of this as well is that if you can minimize this non-revenue water situation, you also can help on reducing the cost of the pumping and the maintenance of all the pumps and the maintenance of the infrastructure and all that. So there's across the board, there's so many savings that you can do if you can tackle with sensors, if you can tackle where you're losing this water, where the non-revenue water is actually situated.
This is really a circular economy in and of itself, right? Because you get savings all the way down, plus the utility, whoever that is generating what they're generating currently and capturing new revenue that currently didn't exist. And a lot of times we think of sustainability as something that's just got to cost us, right? This is sustainability that is actually saving the planet and generating new revenue for the utility.
Indeed. So not only is it cost efficient, you can do everything more cost efficient, but also, well, you're kind of saving the planet.
Right. Yay for saving the planet, right?
Well,
speaking of saving the planet, here at Mobile World Congress, they are backing the UN sustainability goals. Are you aware of the UN sustainability goals? Is that something that drove what you do with WMW, or is it just like a happy coincidence?
No. There's your 17 SDGs that you have, but off of the back of those goals, the World Economic Forum also has set 11 guidelines for IoT in terms of sustainability. So there is indeed an awful lot. There's a couple of SDGs in the water part, a couple of SDGs that are immediately covered by it. Having healthcare for everybody, same thing, water again
Certainly.
as well. Having access to technology. Okay, education, this water use case is not going to bring education to people. So
No.
we're not covering all SDGs,
Right.
but it's not just one, it's multiple that we are covering with this.
And as we can see, that's something that's sort of embedded. You are very knowledgeable, but it's embedded in your business model, that thinking, and is...
Yeah, fully. So if I would have to explain a little bit about WMW compared to other IoT platforms, at the core, we are actually a coding framework. At the core, we have invested in the functionality and the ability to tailor solutions, because water management in one continent or in one country or even one purpose is very different than it is in another country. So you have to be able to adapt, you have to be agnostic to many things, to hosting the solution, for example, to using those meters. You don't want vendor locking, because otherwise there's more power to the vendors, but also to connectivity. Sometimes water meters are unreachable by cellular networks because they're in basements, and then there's another technology like LoRaWAN, for example, that can be used for that. So yeah, it is indeed embedded in our thinking, our design thinking, to be agnostic to the use case.
And knowing that, we're here at Mobile World Congress and the carriers, it's always about how can they make more revenue? Is there a suggestion in the spirit of growing together that you would have for the carriers?
Yeah. This is a difficult topic. Of course, a telco would like to do this. Now, the way I look at this is they have an infrastructure and we should use the infrastructure. Now, on the other hand, the example I always give is if I'm a farmer and a certain telco would come to me with an IoT solution, and John Deere would come to me with an IoT solution, I would trust John Deere because this is their bread and butter.
Right.
So there is a limit to what a telco can provide in terms of solutions. But when we're talking nationwide deployments, as water usually is, then the telco is perfectly placed to play a very active role in that.
So 4 years from now, it's kind of predicting the future. What do you see in this space 4 years from now?
A good one. Everybody's talking about AI, of course. So predicting where your non-revenue water is, where is the leak, should be, it happens with algorithms at the moment, and there is some AI, but this should go much further. So I really do hope that we can use AI technology to do better predictions and even preventions of all of this happening. So within the next 4 years, I do predict quite a growth in really pinpointing where the problem is in all of the 4 stages of the water management.
And do you think there's somebody out there, a company out there in the world that's doing some really good stuff on sustainability that is kind of inspiring to you?
Absolutely. Usually these are non-profit organizations.
Yes.
A lot of universities as well that are doing fantastic research, and luckily we can talk to these guys and we get some insights as well on this. Very large organizations, a couple of them are doing fantastic work. What I hope is that they don't keep it for themselves.
Right.
And that they don't try to just use it for their own. I'm very much open for the open source technology, sharing this information with everybody. That would be fantastic so that we can all benefit from it.
And we heard in the keynote a kind of a phrase that has been ringing around in my head. It's like, if we go together, we'll go far. If we try to go fast, we might be doing it alone. So it's that working together bit that really, hopefully they'll share and we'll all be able to benefit from these new pieces.
The good thing about it is monopolies don't work.
No, we know
it's
this.
An ecosystem.
It is an ecosystem.
And an ecosystem means that the customer is being serviced by an expert.
Yes.
The expert in this domain and the other one and the other one. So indeed, going together is, very, very important.
Yes, it is. And that's us here live from Mobile World Congress.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to our new podcast. If you have any feedback or know of any stories to be told involving digital technology and telecoms doing good, then please do let us know via our email, getinTouch@digiteltalk.com. Also, feel free to send us a message on LinkedIn. It'd be great to hear from you.
Before we go, if you've enjoyed today's episode and would like to support the podcast, then don't forget to give us a follow and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Also, if you'd like to leave us a review or share it with your colleagues, it really helps us on the channel.
Tune in to our next episode where Frankie will be interviewing and Venium, a company using AI to reduce CO2 emissions.
Thanks so much for being a part of our audience today, and hopefully you'll join us next time.
That's all we've got time for, so it's goodbye from me.
And that's goodbye from him.
Bye
for now.
now.